There is no truth, only perception. The way that you view life is based only by the way that you were raised and the things that you have done. Now, I'm Maxwell, and I help teach young men find purpose in life. And with my original story, getting into the power of belief and using your mind to better yourself is at some point I had a downfall in my mental health. This was when I was around 15 years old. And frankly, my life that I was living was not joyful. It was built off decadency, decay, and degeneracy, overstimulating my dopamine, and just the habits that I had in my life weren't good. I went into this depression and started viewing myself in a negative way, which maybe rightfully so. The life I was living was not good. But anyone that has been down there at rock bottom understands the violent views that you have against yourself. Standing there in the mirror and thinking, I'm a moron, I'm a loser, I'm a mess up. It truly gets to you. And it ruins your life because you start to actually believe those things that you tell yourself. Now, I had this fire in my heart because I got tired of the ways that I was living and the thoughts that I had. Anyone that's been down there knows that it's just a painful thing. So I thought to myself, I don't want to be this person I view myself as. I want to change my perception on how I view myself. So instead of being a scrawny loser that I was, I thought of this idea, this man, this superior version of myself that I wanted to become. A man with muscle, frame, status, women. And I believed that I was him. Not by delusion, not being based in anything, but I built this reality of who I was, and I chased after the reward of being that. So no longer was I a scrawny kid. Instead, I was that muscular version of myself. I just had to get to A to B, do the daily habits that would get me there. So I started working out. I started journaling, bettering my mental health, finding ways to make money, doing everything that it would take to get me to A to B, because I truly believed I was that muscular version of myself. I just had to back up that claim by the results and the hard work in the gym. Now, the affirmations that we tell ourselves become true. In the first part of this story, I told myself I was a loser. I believed it, so then therefore I was. When I started changing my mindset and saying to myself that I am this hard man, one that is willing to put in the hard work and become the version of myself with a good physique, I became him because I believed that I was going to be him by the consistency of the habits that would get me there. Now, I was able to do that complete 180, and now it's your turn. My main points are to never look down upon yourself. It's really hard in life to go around and say to yourself that when you fail, it's all right. We as men end up beating each other up, ourselves up by this idea of, oh, we failed. I'm a fuck up. I'm a loser. You have to change the mindset of that to I failed. I will try again tomorrow. Through the pain and discomfort of how you view yourself, you can start to love yourself. Because those little baby steps, because when you write down, and this is something you can actually do, is you write down the ideal version of yourself, the man that you want to perceive yourself as. There's no one in the world saying that you aren't that man now. It's only you. Of course, you might have to isolate and come back because the parents, the friends, the family will constantly see you as that old version of yourself. So you do have to be consistent for years, and eventually they will see that you changed as an individual, but it starts with the visual first step of changing on how you see yourself. Because you have beliefs, you have these systems in your mind that are bound by chains holding you down. I would believe that I was just gonna off myself because I hated myself so much. And I got tired of it. So I said to myself, I believe I'm going to change. And that's all that you have, is that initial belief. Then you start doing the actual steps to get there. For the gym, you have to believe you are the one that goes to the gym. You are that athlete that works out every single day, that eats clean, that gains the weight, that lifts the weight off of the bar. If you doubt yourself for any moment, you fail, because you truly have to believe you are changed. And it's a hard feeling to look back at yourself and have the remnants of that past self continue to poke at you, to think, who are you now? So you have to have absolute belief that you've changed as an individual. And you have to make reality your own by only the perception of that. For today, I want to record this video, and some other ones. And I just perceived that it wasn't going to go well today. I had this idea. I woke up out of bed late. Things weren't going too well. And I just thought to myself that today sucks. You know what I had to do? I had to reprogram my brain in that moment to think, no, this is perfect. This is another day that I have to do my ability to perform, to better myself. Oh, I'm making YouTube videos. People in my house might hear me. Instead of having the thought that holds you back to think, oh, they're going to judge me. Oh, they're going to hear me. I changed my perception in that moment to think, oh, wait, they're probably proud of me. Proud of me that I'm doing my hard work right now that could possibly free them, that makes me happy. Why would I ever assume the worst? Because we're all individuals, trapped behind eyes, somewhere in between our ears, an individual that we call consciousness. And the power belief is true. Because if you believe that you can make your reality a thing and you set it in stone, there is no failing. Because you have the entire rest of your life to pursue something like that. So I have for you is to go out in life just with a better attitude. Don't beat yourself up. Don't assume everything's gloomy and sad and people don't want to talk to you. When I get into social skills, which I'm going to record a video after this about social skills, is the perception that everything's good, that everyone wants to talk to you. Because if you go around with the perception, if we're on this topic of the power of belief, of how we view ourselves, these affirmations that we tell ourselves, is if you go out in public and you think you're all tough and mean, you don't want to talk to anyone, and if you say something, people's going to be rude to you. They might just be. But if you put a good song on, you're vibing, you loosen up, and you think, dude, I feel so happy, I just have to share that with people, and people are going to love and vibe with me. They are going to. Because if you say a joke with your friends and you're going to perceive it as, oh, they're not going to find it funny, they're probably not going to find it funny. If you perceive the joke as funny, you might deliver it better. Or the people around you are just not the ones for you. But you have to start looking life with a better light and not just beating yourself up by the depression, by the bad thoughts, instead of saying, oh, I got this. Oh, I'm not going to fail. And if I do, I'm going to pick myself up. This Rocky mentality of you running at life, and you're going to get it done with the betterment. So on this wall right here, you probably can't see it, is just all my affirmations. In my bathroom are affirmations. On my phone, affirmations. Because constantly, I'm a little retarded. I'm going to use that word right now and be truthfully honest that my mind is kind of messed up. That I'm constantly beating myself up or thinking about the worst. So something I have for you is to write the affirmations of who you are. I have a list right here that is just, I am blank, I am blank, I am a blank, I am blank. And it's everything I want to be. And if I believe I'm that, then I will start reflecting in life who I am. And when you build a reality finally based off the hard work, for example, the gym that I was in, that I finally built the physique that I wanted, the reality came with it. And no longer am I a scrawny person because I built the reality that it was true off of the lie that I told myself that I could get it, the belief. So if you think you can't get women, money, a good physique, anything, finances, that's a belief. And when you work towards a reality, a goal that you have set, and you make it real in stone, you are unbreakable. So that's what I have for you, is to go out life, stop being a doomer, and look with some positivity. Change how you believe, how you see yourself, and the results that you want from that ideal self. As long as you are consistent with the hard work and do it no matter what, you will get what you want. Again, I'm Maxwell. I help teach young men find purpose in life. I appreciate if you like and subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day.